Talk to me more about that, because some people would be very much looking forward to the day when they get to quote unquote retire, and that might mean spending the days on some beach or just kind of taking it easy. But you did the exact opposite. I mean, you went from having a full-time job, 33 years, really working your way up to the highest level kind of ranks in the organization. You got a nice pension, right? You could have just been in a good place and said, yeah, I'm good. I don't need to work hard and build a business, but here you are doing exactly that. And you're doing exceptionally well. But why? I mean, what was the drive within you that said, I want to go out and try this thing, called building a consulting business?
Sure. Well, so that's a great question. Initially, I was going to dip my toe into it, Michael. It's really kind of an homage to my father. So he worked, you talked about working at a place for 33, 34 years. He worked at Northwestern Bell and AT&T for that amount of time, 34 years. And he had opportunities to consult, and he said no. And then later in life, one time he said, Mark, after 2 years, people stopped calling. And, so I took that to heart. I always knew that, and he kind of regretted not doing it. So I knew if I was going to do it, I wasn't going to take a lot of time off. If I had any name recognition and any skill sets built up, I wanted to take advantage of that. And then I had a mentor at work who stayed till he was 65. And he told me he stayed too long because people felt his shelf life wasn't long enough. So I left early enough. And my dad told me, if you're going to do it, give it a shot. So the reality was, I knew I was going to retire in 2020. I knew I was going to try and do some consulting. I'd had people reach out saying, hey, when you retire, give me a call. So I had a couple lined up. And, we were, as you know, I have an RV, and we were planning on heading west and traveling a lot. I was going to do some consulting from the RV. I was going to do some, go to concerts and have some fun and just kind of dabble in it. And then COVID hit. And so, I retired last year, June 30th, and I was up here in the Adirondack Mountains. I was doing a lot of yard work. I knew I wanted to get into it. And then, I got into this podcast called Consulting Success. And I would be out doing yard work, and I was listening to you talk to different consultants. And in each one I listened to, I picked something up. And I tend to be, maybe, I don't know, obsessive compulsive, but I tend to do, when I do something, I go all in. So instead of dabbling in it, the COVID pandemic basically created an opportunity where I was stuck up here in the mountains, and I really just threw myself into it. And the success came a little quicker than I anticipated. And at this juncture, and the other thing is, it's fun. I'm really enjoying it. One of the things you taught me was to focus on, now that I'm doing it and I'm not working for somebody else, do what you want, take the projects you want. And so it's been a lot of fun. I'm enjoying it. It doesn't seem like work. And I guess that's why I'm doing it.
Yeah.